AU in View, a production of the Aurora University Communication Program. We bring you the people and the events of the Aurora University community. I'm Christina.
And I'm Brooke, and we'll be your host for this episode. Today we will feature a special news package featuring Chad Trudeau, Aurora University's strength and conditioning coach, and one of his interns, Hope Webster, about some workouts students can do around campus. Also, we will be interviewing Kylor Berkman, head coach of the Aurora University's men's lacrosse team. We also have a special segment today, Behind the Calf, where we will be giving you some ideas of some foods that you can make in your own dorm room. But first, let's go over the latest news.
APB is always providing students with free on-campus entertainment, and this week, students have a chance to see hypnotist Dale Kay when he visits Aurora this Thursday, March 27th. Dale Kay has been to more than 200 cities worldwide, providing entertainment for audiences with his particularly hilarious brand of hypnosis. Dale Kay uses a more contemporary approach to the art form of hypnosis, challenging the way audiences perceive hypnosis by demonstrating that it is much more than having audiences cluck like chickens. Throughout his show, he demonstrates that hypnosis relies heavily on mind motivation and the power of suggestion. Come out this Thursday at 10 p.m. in Crimmy Auditorium and witness Dale Kay hypnotize your fellow students.
Coming up on Saturday, March 29th, the Dunham School of Business has partnered with the Internal Revenue Service to host the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program. In the spirit of integrative learning and community outreach from 8 to 11 a.m. in Dunham Hall, they will be providing free tax assistance to the Aurora community. This service will help individuals that cannot afford professional tax assistant, elderly taxpayers, and those with disabilities or language barriers. This is a great and free opportunity for students and the Aurora community to file for their 2013 income taxes. If you have any further questions or concerns, you can reach them through their email address at au-vida@aurora.edu.
After college, Andy Stoll set off on a 4-year, 40-country solo trip around the world. Andy went in search of experiences far off the beaten path. To get a better understanding of how the world works, he handed out microloans in China, played a 19th century British soldier in a Bollywood movie, worked in a dress factory in Bangkok for 60 cents an hour, lived in a mud hut in Zambia, and climbed Mount Kilimanjaro with 10 Tanzanian street kids. Andy's message to students is clear. The distance between who you are and who you want to become is closer than you think. Andy's presentation is more than just a travel slideshow. It's an insightful, inspiring, entertaining, and often hilarious look at what it takes to find our place in the world and to achieve our biggest dreams, whether that dream is to travel the world or something a little closer to home. Join Andy Stoll March 26th in Crimmy Auditorium at 7 p.m. to hear his presentation on how to travel the world and why.
Just a few years ago, Aurora University remodeled their entire weight room facility. To help promote wellness around campus, Aurora University has provided their students with a weight room as well as a fitness center. For those of you who are trying to get back into the swing of working out or are new to working out altogether, we have a news package featuring Chad Trudeau and Hope Webster to talk about the strength and conditioning program, as well as demonstrate some basic lifts that you can add into your basic workout routine.
Chad Trudeau, the Strength and Conditioning Coordinator here at AU. We're going to talk about wellness around campus. How are you doing today?
Doing good, thanks for having me.
So what fueled you to get into this career path?
It was kind of easy transition for me. I came to Aurora University and played basketball here for 4 years, graduated in 2009. Really had been around athletes my whole life. I knew that I didn't really want to sit behind a desk for the rest of my life. I wanted to be interactive and I wanted to help athletes through some of the same challenges and stuff like that I went through as an athlete. So trying to transform them in the weight room, both on the field and in the classroom, as well as, so that's something that I think that I really looked to seek, and I think that's something that we're doing a good job here at Aurora so far.
Awesome. So how do you really promote wellness around the campus?
Well, I mainly work with the athletic teams. squat, you got the hamstrings and quads, the glutes, and the lower back. It's kind of a total body exercise, even though it focuses on the lower body. So to be efficient, and that's when you go into the weight room, people think of squat, they think of bench press, things like that. But the main things you want to do in the multi-joint exercises to kind of get it started, and then you can work into the more complex variations and things like that.
Awesome. So what are really the new fads of fitness for right now?
One of the biggest fads sweeping America now is something that people are pretty familiar with in CrossFit, or high-intensity interval training. It's known as HIIT training. But that's doing high reps for maybe a dedicated workout over a certain period of time, or you can do interval training to where you have a certain work-to-rest ratio. Tabata training is fairly new. It's a 2-to-1 work-to-rest ratio. I think it's 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. But where you just throw a multitude of workouts in there, whether go from a push-up to a treadmill sprint to a back exercise, and then jump into another cardiovascular, maybe a jump rope exercise. But that's one way to kind of work the total body in a short period of time at a high intensity.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
That was a very helpful demonstration. Thanks so much for that, Chad and Hope. Now we have our newer segment on AU in View called Beyond the Calf, where we show viewers easy recipes to make healthy meals in your dorm rooms. Here's Trey and Adrian with another tasty recipe.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Calf. Here at Beyond the Calf, we present to you a number of recipes that can be simply whipped up in your dorm rooms. I'm Trey.
And I'm Adrian, and today we're going to be making peanut butter and jelly, but it's going to be a little different. We're going to make it flauta style. Instead of using regular bread, we're going to be using some tortillas. So Trey's going to step me through the process, and we'll show you as well.
So here in front of us, you see we have a number of ingredients. We have some bananas, we have apples, we have honey, we have peanut butter, and then we have 2 types of jelly. We have a peach pear and then a strawberry jelly, which could be easily found either here on campus or around the AU community as well. So the first step today is we are going to take one of those tortillas.
Okay.
And
these are flour?
Yes, they are. Now, you could use a corn tortilla if you want, or if you're being health conscious,
Okay.
but definitely flour is probably the best option.
Okay.
So
got that.
first, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open up the jelly and the peanut butter.
Okay.
And as we said, we're using a strawberry jelly. Strawberry is actually a pretty good jelly to use. So you're going to want to spread it's up to you. You could either spread the peanut butter on
I'll
first
do
or the
peanut butter
jelly.
first.
Some people have their traditions. I spread the peanut butter first.
Me too. All right.
All right,
And we got a chunky one here, huh?
Yes, you could use chunky, smooth. It's up to you.
Adds a little more texture. So.
Yes, it definitely does. So next, what you're going to want to do is spread on a healthy portion of strawberry jam.
Okay. Ooh. Get a good amount there.
Good.
All right.
Gosh, that looks wonderful.
I'm hungry.
So good. And once you do that, once you
sec.
spread in that jelly, here, I'm going to help you out.
All right.
And help you.
Wanna do
peel this
banana?
Banana, yeah.
Okay.
We are going to take a ripened banana. Ripe is probably key. I'll help you open that up, and then you're gonna want to cut that in half. There you go.
A little more than half.
All right. You're gonna want to cut about.
There.
Yep.
Nice.
Perfect.
All
All right. So the next step is you're gonna want to roll it up like a burrito.
All right. Just roll that up.
Awesome.
All right. Can I eat it like this?
You could, but if you wanted to, and what I would recommend doing is popping it in the microwave from anywhere 10 to 20 seconds.
Okay.
And it really helps to, soften up the peanut butter a little bit more.
And the tortilla.
Definitely.
Okay,
So here,
awesome.
let's pop it in the microwave.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. I'm excited. All right, so some interesting facts on peanut butter and jelly. Between 1941 and 1945, both peanut butter and jelly sandwiches were used in the U.S. military for ration menus in World War II.
Wow, that's awesome. I had no
Yeah.
idea.
All right, is this one ready?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here it is for the cameras. Here's the finished product. The peanut butter and jelly flauta. It is amazing.
All right.
Now for the moment of truth.
I get to taste test?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
The
All right.
taste test. Here we go.
All right, I gotta get a banana in there.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
What's the verdict? Good? Good.
That's good.
So, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, the peanut butter and jelly flauta. Thank you so much for spending time with us here at AU in you, and we're going to send it back over to the hosts.
All right, see you next time.
Can I get a bite?
Wow, that looks delicious. I'm here today with Kylor Berkman, the head coach of the men's lacrosse team here at Aurora University. The team has been an NCAA Division III sport here for 4 years. So far this year, they have 5 games in the season with 2 wins and 3 losses. The team is gearing up to make a run in the NCAA tournament at the end of their season, and we're excited to hear from Coach Berkman. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing well, Cam. Thanks for having me.
Not bad. Thank you for coming on. So you guys are a newer sport around here. What can we kind of expect from the lacrosse team?
Well, I think the team has set the expectation of winning the conference. We won the conference last year, and that's something that we want to hopefully repeat. And that's where the bar is set.
So, it being a newer sport here on campus, how do you kind of grow the population of fans and get people to come out to the games?
Well, have you been out to a game?
I have.
I think that's the biggest thing, is getting out to a game. It's an exciting sport. It's got the finesse of soccer, the hitting of football, and the excitement of basketball. And once you get out and you see a game, I think it's something that you really enjoy and can come out to more often. One of the other things I think is picking up a stick. If you've never picked up a lacrosse stick before and tried to throw with it, it's a pretty challenging task. And you want to try it again and again. It's kind of an infectious thing.
No, definitely. So last year you guys go 16-4. You make a great run into the Division III National Championship. How do you build upon that for this season?
Well, we're hopefully making another strong run for the playoffs this year, and it's really up to the guys what they do. And I think we talk a lot about not being complacent on a daily basis. It's easy to rest on your laurels and do what you did last year and say we're going to do it again, but we got to go out and we got to practice hard and make the best effort every day.
Yeah. So what kind of things do you guys do in the community? I know I've seen you guys doing children's camps and that to kind of get the awareness around lacrosse, because to the Midwest, it's a little bit of a newer sport.
That's a good question. About 20 of my guys are helping with local programs, True Lacrosse, New Wave Lacrosse, or some of the club teams that they help with. West Aurora actually just started a club program, so it's in its infancy right now. That's something that we're going to be starting to help with this spring and hopefully into next fall as well. So there's a lot of different avenues, and just getting the word out about what an exciting sport it is and hopefully getting more people on board.
For like the youth, is there a time frame where we want to get them started into lacrosse, or is it kind of when you would start into soccer and things like that?
As young as possible. Just like any other sport, the longer you play it, the more familiar you are, the better you're going to be at it. So we want to get them in there when they're in 2nd, 3rd grade and keep them all the way up until college.
Do you guys see the lacrosse population growing as you've kind of started here?
Definitely. I help with the Fox Valley Youth Lacrosse Program, and when I started 3 years ago, there was about 50 kids in the program, and only after 3 short years, there's actually 650 kids in the program now. So, that exponential growth, I think, is only going to continue.
Yeah, definitely. I had touched on before that it's a newer sport to the Midwest. It's kind of more of an East Coast sport. How do you recruit kids to come play for you here?
Well, I think Chicago's a great draw. We have student athletes from 20 different states right now represented on our team. Michigan is kind of our second behind Illinois. We have 9 guys from Michigan. But we pull from Texas to Florida, out to Oregon, and up to Massachusetts. So getting them from all over the place.
Yeah, so how do you guys go about getting lacrosse out to the student population here? I know that it's a newer sport. You said, trying to get everyone to go. How do you guys go out and kind of get fans to come to the games?
Tell your buddies about it.
Yeah.
You get a lot of friends on campus, and I think it's one of the great things about Aurora University is it's such a campus community, and you get to know a lot of students, and that's how you get them out there, playing catch with them, saying, hey, I'm a lacrosse player. Come out and check me out.
So do you guys ever find that you have more true lacrosse players from very young age to when they get to college, or do you guys have a lot of transfer from like a different sport come over and play?
I don't think there's a formula for success. We have guys that have played since they were 3 years old, and we have a couple guys on the team that started when they were juniors in high school. So it really runs the gambit. If you're a good athlete, you can probably be a good lacrosse player. If you're a good basketball player, it's a very translatable sport to lacrosse.
You think basketball's the closest to it?
I think so. I always try and relate it to either basketball or hockey. If you know hockey, you can understand the sport of lacrosse.
That's the one thing, you know, I've played sports my entire life. Lacrosse is something new, so just getting out and learning a lot of things is what makes it difficult. Do you guys ever, I mean, are there, I know on campus a lot of times we'll have classes that are designed towards one sport or kind of, you know, do you guys are thinking about anything like that or?
Yeah, we, you know, when we first started the program, we did some things on campus, sent out some emails, hey, come check out this new sport. And I think more and more people now know what it is. When I got here, it was funny. People would say, you know, lacrosse, what's that? Is that like rugby? You know, and it's probably the furthest thing from rugby. But I think now people have an idea of what it is, and it's come a long way since we started the program.
Well, it's really exciting. I wish you the best of luck. And now back to Christina and Brooke for the calendar roundup.
Thank you, Cam.
Thanks, Cameron. And good luck to the men's lacrosse team. Now, before we go, we're going to give you a rundown of all the exciting things that are coming up here at AU.
Coming up on March 29th, men's lacrosse team will be competing at College of Mount St. Joseph at 4 p.m.
On Saturday, March 29th, both the women's and men's track and field teams will be competing in their first outdoor meet of the season at the College of DuPage.
Aurora University's theater students are performing A Midsummer Night's Dream beginning April 4th.
And that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us on AU in View, and we'll see you next time.